The ocean, a vast and mysterious world, always urges people to explore. Under the deep blue water is a vibrant universe with wonders that we have never known. From colorful coral reefs to deep abysses, the ocean holds countless secrets waiting to be discovered. Are you brave enough to dive into this mysterious world with us? Why do deep-sea creatures have such strange shapes? How can they survive in the darkness and extreme pressure? Are there giant, undiscovered creatures in the deep sea? What else is waiting for us in the deepest depths of the ocean? Today, let's explore the wonders and mysteries of this deep water together. The deep sea, thousands of meters below sea level, is an extremely harsh and mysterious living environment. Unlike shallow seas where sunlight can penetrate, the deep sea is always immersed in eternal darkness. This has created special and challenging living conditions for the creatures that exist there. The deeper you go, the more the water pressure increases. For every 10 meters you dive, the pressure increases by 1 atmosphere. This means that creatures living on the deep sea floor are subjected to extremely high pressure, hundreds of times higher than the pressure at sea level. To adapt, deep-sea creatures often have flexible bodies, no air bubbles, and hollow organs. Sunlight cannot penetrate the thick layer of water to reach the deep sea. Therefore, most of the deep sea is plunged into permanent darkness. Many deep-sea creatures have evolved to cope with the lack of light. They can produce bioluminescence to attract prey or mate. Food sources in the deep sea are very limited compared to shallow seas. Food mainly consists of dead organisms that sink from the upper layers of water. Deep-sea creatures often have very large mouths, elastic stomachs, and slow digestion to make the most of limited food sources. In the deep ocean where sunlight cannot penetrate, bioluminescence is especially common. This light does not generate heat, unlike the light emitted by a light bulb. So why do organisms glow? There are many reasons why deep-sea creatures are bioluminescent. Many species use light to attract small prey within reach. Some species use light to camouflage themselves, making them harder for predators to spot. This light can also be used for communication between individuals of the same species, such as finding a mate or signaling danger. Bioluminescent squid. Squids use special bioluminescent organs to produce bright flashes of light, attracting prey or distracting predators. Many species of jellyfish are bioluminescent, creating stunning light shows under the ocean. Or, we most commonly see luminescent bacteria that often live in symbiosis with other organisms, creating light for the host. The deep sea, a dark and harsh world, has created extremely challenging living conditions for creatures. To survive in the low-light and high-pressure environment, deep-sea creatures have undergone a long evolutionary process and developed unique adaptations. They can glow bioluminescently to attract prey, communicate, or camouflage. Their eyes have also evolved to adapt to low-light conditions, with different sizes and shapes. In addition, flexible bodies, large mouths, elastic stomachs, and sensitive senses help them find food and avoid danger. Some species even have slow metabolisms to save energy. All of these characteristics have helped deep-sea creatures survive and thrive in an environment that is considered inhospitable. Dumbo octopuses, scientifically known as Grimpoteuthis, are so named because they have 2 fins protruding from their heads, which look like the ears of the flying elephant Dumbo in the famous cartoon. They have soft bodies, without hard bones, which helps them move easily in deep water environments and withstand great pressure. The eyes of the Dumbo octopus are usually very large, helping them gather maximum light in the dark environment of the deep sea. The Dumbo octopus's food is mainly small crustaceans, sea worms and plankton living on the sea floor. They use their tentacles to catch prey and bring it to their mouth. Sharks, the fearsome predators of the ocean, have always been a subject of human curiosity. Among them, giant sharks have become even more mysterious and fascinating. Let's explore the giant sharks that once ruled the ocean and are now living in the depths of the ocean. Megalodon, estimated to be 18 to 20 meters long and weighing tens of tons, is considered one of the largest sharks that ever lived. With their sharp teeth and powerful bodies, they were fearsome predators that dominated the oceans for millions of years. However, due to climate changes and a decline in food sources, Megalodon became extinct about 3.6 million years ago. The great white shark is one of the largest sharks alive today. Reaching lengths of up to 6 meters and weighing over 2 tons, they are the apex predators in the world's oceans. Despite their fearsome appearance, great white sharks do not usually attack humans unless they feel threatened. Today, there are still many interesting questions surrounding these giant sharks. Are there still megalodons out there somewhere in the deep ocean? This is a question that has been debated in the scientific community. Although there is no concrete evidence to prove this, many people still believe that there may be megalodons surviving in the unexplored deep seas. Are great white sharks really as dangerous to humans as the movies make them out to be? Although great white sharks are fearsome predators, attacks on humans are rare. Most attacks occur by mistake or because humans trespass into their territory. Deep in the ocean, where sunlight cannot reach, there exists a world of wonder and mystery. It is home to sea creatures with amazing shapes and adaptations. The Dumbo octopus, with its adorable big ears, swims lazily in the darkness, while the megalodon, a giant extinct predator, once ruled the ocean with its razor-sharp teeth. The great white shark, a modern apex predator, stalks its prey with terrifying speed. In addition, cold coral reefs are home to countless marine species, creating a diverse and colorful ecosystem. In particular, the bioluminescence of many deep-sea creatures has created a beautiful light show, making the world under the ocean more sparkling and magical than ever. We already know that the deep ocean is home to many strange creatures. But did you know that there are ecosystems at the bottom of the ocean that are completely different from what we usually see in the shallow oceans? These are ecosystems that do not rely on sunlight, but rely on other energy sources. Explore the mysteries of hydrothermal vents and cold coral reefs, where life thrives in the harshest conditions. Abyssal plains are large flat areas on the ocean floor, often covered with a thick layer of sediment. Although they may not seem to support much life, abyssal plains are actually home to many organisms that have adapted to living in harsh conditions, such as sea cucumbers, starfish, and polychaetes. Although they are both corals, deep water corals and shallow water corals have many differences. Shallow water corals live near the surface of the water, where there is plenty of sunlight, and depend on symbiotic algae to survive. They often have diverse shapes, bright colors, and fast growth rates. In contrast, deep water corals live at great depths where light has difficulty reaching. They do not need symbiotic algae and instead forage for food or filter food from the seawater. Deep water corals are typically simpler in shape, paler in color, and slower in growth. Despite their different living conditions, both types of coral play important roles in the marine ecosystem. The deep sea, with its unexplored mysteries, is one of the Earth's most precious treasure troves of biodiversity. Unique ecosystems such as the abyssal plains and cold coral reefs are home to thousands of exotic species holding enormous potential for pharmaceuticals and genetic resources. Protecting these ecosystems not only helps maintain global ecological balance and regulate the climate, but also provides valuable resources for humanity. However, deep-sea ecosystems are facing many threats, such as climate change, overexploitation, and environmental pollution. A world that seemed peaceful and isolated is now suffering the severe consequences of human activities. One of the most pressing problems today is plastic pollution. Millions of tons of plastic waste are dumped into the ocean every year, decomposing into tiny microplastic fragments. These plastic pieces penetrate every corner of the deep sea, entering the bodies of marine creatures. Images of sea turtles trapped in plastic nets and whales dying from swallowing plastic bags are no longer strange. Microplastics also bioaccumulate, pass through the food chain, and can eventually enter the human body. The consequences are causing many diseases, threatening the health and life of the entire marine ecosystem. Every piece of plastic waste, every drop of oil spill is like a knife cutting into the heart of the ocean. If we do not act now, the sea will become barren, marine life will gradually disappear, and eventually we will have to suffer the consequences. Let's join hands to protect the ocean for a green planet and a sustainable future. The deep sea, a mysterious and magical world, is gradually revealing its secrets. Through research and exploration, we have learned that the deep sea is home to thousands of unique species, from strange bioluminescent creatures to giant creatures that have never been seen before. However, the beauty of the deep sea is being seriously threatened by human activities such as pollution, overfishing, and climate change. Plastic pollution, toxic chemicals, and underwater noise are depleting marine biodiversity. Overfishing and destructive fishing methods are devastating marine ecosystems. Climate change is causing ocean acidification, threatening the survival of coral reefs and many other species. To protect this precious treasure, we need to act now, minimize negative impacts on the marine environment, and work together to build a sustainable future for the planet. You want to learn something new every day? This channel is for you. Subscribe to get the latest tutorials and lessons.